Okay. Internet, are we good? Are we good, internet? Connected? Okay, yep. Okay, I just need to double check that we are connected on YouTube as well. Interesting. It looks like Dark Souls Remastered isn't selectable on the YouTube game category. Okay, let me go ahead and just launch the game. Good morning, Kamikaze. Finally catching you? Yeah, nice. Okay. I am still setting some shit up. Amazing T-cam you have there. That's a stamina magnifier. In normal gameplay, it's highlighting this stamina bar. Okay, 11, 52, 48. Okay, we're almost ready. Doobie doobie doobie. Where's YouTube chat? I made the executive decision based on input that to remove the YouTube chat because the YouTube chat, like a good 98% of the time, was completely empty. And then like some of the time there was like 2 nonsensical messages for throughout the entire stream. And then incredibly rarely is there actually a normal person who wants to engage in normal conversation. Can you still look at? Oh no, I can still see YouTube chat, and like I still read YouTube chat. So like if anyone's watching on YouTube, or if anyone decides to watch on YouTube and they want to send a message, I can still, I'll still be responding to YouTube chat and stuff. It's just not visible on screen, which is unfortunate. But I'm running out of screen real estate. Yes, that is correct. I do have to mine for poop. Okay, Estes is +3, so yeah, that tracks. Oh my goodness. Alright, I can't pause. YouTube, why are you saying that you're having an issue? Although, Kamikaze, in regards to the YouTube chat thing, if we ever get to a point to where, like, a significant number of people are consistently chatting in YouTube's side, I will bring the on-screen YouTube chat back, just so it's more fair and balanced. I would prefer to just have both of the chats merged, but Twitch is a fucking piece of shit, and I'm not allowed to do that. What's the 98? Oh yeah, that's Death's tracker. I just did not have Stop it. I didn't have very much room previously. To actually, like, write down deaths. That timer's... Oh, fuck. I need to actually start the timer. I'll fucking add 4 minutes to the timer. The timer... barely legible is good enough. I can make it bigger if I need to. But I did notice that the color scheme of the timer is not the best. But yeah, I am gradually coming to realize that there is not very much screen real estate, like, at all. Because, like, there's like a certain minimum size threshold in order for something to actually be, like, big enough to, like, easily look at. Especially if it's like it's a text-based object. Okay, I want to get to the bonfire, and then I'm gonna add like 3 minutes to the timer because I forgot to start it. Maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes is probably about 2 to 3 minutes is probably about how long it takes to climb out of Blighttown. Okay, so let's just say that's 11:55. 5, 6, 7. 30. There we go. I can have you unbound some of the other buttons. Unbound, like in the game? Yes. I unbound everything that the 4 bumper buttons I unbound, and then the dodge roll button. The fuck do you mean dash / roll? There is no dash in this game. It's a dodge roll. But I unbound it via Steam input. Although for keyboard input, I did just rebind everything to numpad because I'm not going to be accidentally pressing the numpad. Also, one thing that is very surprising in regards to no stamina, that is like the opposite of my anticipation. I was anticipating like moving around the map to be insanely annoying because like you're moving at walking speed. Backdash is technically a dash. I wouldn't call that a backdash. That's a back hop, if anything. But constantly moving around at walking speed isn't actually that bad, because if you're always moving at this speed, this is no longer walking speed, this is now just your movement speed. So it doesn't feel like you're moving slow, this feels like you're moving at your normal speed. All of the... okay, those are farmable. One thing that is mildly annoying, though, because I just fully unbound the circle button, because I can't conditionally unbind it based on in-game shit. Anytime I want to, like, use a menu, I can't press circle to back out of it, so I have to just fully close the menu to change what I'm looking at, which is very funny. Which boss is done? I have done Asylum and Stray Demon, and then Taurus Demon. AKA the big lumbering slow things that aren't actually a threat in any capacity. Ignore the part where Stray Demon killed me many, many times. Butterfly is gonna be a pain in the ass. Hello, Andre. Aiming for all bosses. I am... the current, quote-unquote game completion objective is all invaders and all bosses. That is the list of things that I would like to do. I'm not sure if there's anything else that would be relevant enough to want to, like, just arbitrarily add to the checklist. Like, all bosses, I feel, is... Like, that's a pretty reasonable thing to include, because those are, like, the major thing of the game. And then the invaders, I feel, are the closest things to, like, proper mini-bosses in terms of, like, they have a unique name. Like, yeah, obviously there's the Hydra and the Helldrake and stuff. But, like, as far as how the game presents them, those are just, like, particularly nasty normal enemies. Hey Kamikaze, could you give me a refresher on which areas have an invader? Just so I don't forget, and then kill a boss, and then ruin everything. Stop it. Stop it.
Thou fared well to find me, but comest thee not for the grave of Sir Arthur? Electra have... Where? I what? Oh. I and... And here, if thou wear it, if fen I shall but the death.
I guess 1204 or some shit. A lot of people do take all non-responding entities as a challenge run rule. Yeah, but then you have to fucking define what that means. Because, like Cheese Boy is a very good example. Like, do you have to just kill him in any capacity, or does it specifically have to be the boss fight? Enemy, boss, mini-boss, invader. Well, I mean, that would include the Cat Covenant lady, because they never respawn. That would include all the, like, friendly shop NPCs, which some of those aren't even possible to kill under challenge rule sets. And technically one could consider making Frompt fuck off to be part of that. enemies specifically. That's arbitrary. Although, only aggro if you aggro. Yeah, but Cheese Boy is like a mix of both of those. Also, one thing that's neat about this level design is that little drop off there. Because it's like, you have two options. Take the long way around or take the chip damage. Okay, well, if the rule specifically says it does not count if they are not already aggro, then that means you, by definition, have to fight Cheese Boy in the boss arena. Because that is an instance of him being automatically aggroed. And at the other locations, they are peaceful. So that means you aren't allowed to kill him early. Which is very, very annoying. Doggo. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, internet, are you fucking having a spaz attack? Why are you disconnecting? Stay connecting. Stay connected, rather. Yeah, I'm aware the stream is lagging. Okay. I think we're back. Maybe. Okay, location of invaders, copy that. You know, something that would make for a really nice widget would be something similar to like this Steam Note thing, but just for Windows in general. Okay. Okay. Sif is going to be a problem. Now, I did grab the stone armor because I think that's the best tank armor pre-Havel. Waiting for a brother to pop up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Another thing that I could do is go and get some humanity and then duplicate that up to 99 for the extra defense. Because I might have to do that. How the fuck did that one miss? Good morning, Creeper. Today's objective is to light a dog on fire. Yes, indeed, Kamikaze. Make a hut. That is the quest objective. Become a fast food vendor. Which, honestly, the Dragon Headstone has been surprisingly viable. Like, even without the stream breath, it's been surprisingly viable against some of the other stuff that I've fought. Not against everything, mind you. But decent damage. Decently okay range. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the dash attack just fucking kills you. Especially against bosses that are not good at repositioning themselves. Yeah. As long as you don't get too close and you're away from the wall, you can kind of just continuously do circles around Stray Demon for the entire fight. Okay, well, these souls are completely useless, so I'm just gonna get them out of my inventory. Does the rubbish have any use other than being turned into a Titanite chunk? No? Okay. Alluring Skull, I don't think that has any use, but I'll keep it because it technically does. If I ever make a game in a similar vein to this, I'm definitely gonna have a toggle that allows you to just hide online exclusive items. So that if you are playing single player, you don't have that stuff clogging up your inventory. Because I'm not able to purchase the bottomless box. Moss might be a good contender for best item to farm. Needed to farm for once. This is true. What would be the best item to get to a stack of 99 or greater? I can't purchase arrows, so it's probably gonna have to be an enemy drop. Moss, I think, is a decent option because I get 3 of these guys per reset, and they have a decently high drop rate. And I specifically want a stack of 99 so that I can use humanity duplication to turn 1 humanity into 99 soft humanity. And the red moss, you could use souls, arrows would be the next thing probably. Yeah. I want red moss specifically because the purple moss I do actually occasionally use, but I don't think I've ever used the blood red moss like for its intended purpose. know, game, I kinda don't care about the blooming purple moss. What happens if you fuck up and use stamina? The only 2 instances, to my understanding, where it's even possible for me to use stamina is 1, when I am going back to the asylum, which the only reason I would ever go back to the asylum is if I did want to go for all non-respawning enemies, because there's a couple Black Knights back there. But other than that, I've fully cleared out the asylum. I got the boss, I got the key items, blah blah blah. So the only other time where it would be possible for me to use stamina is when I'm using the Dragon Headstone, which I think the only way that's possible is if I, like, hold down the button for a certain amount of time at the end of the breathing animation. But if I do, if that does happen, I do make backups. So I will allow myself to revert to an older save if I break the rules of the challenge. But if I'm just playing and I fuck something up, well, that's just, you were bad at the game. Get good. Like I was trying to do some humanity duplication, last stream maybe, and I ended up just throwing away, like, several humanity because I did it wrong. And also the instructions online were garbage. But I don't think jitter fingers are gonna be enough for that to happen, because, like, you have to hold down the button for, like, a good, like, half to 3/4 of a second. Now, it is possible to start the attack, release, and then start holding it again. So... oh, fuck off. Like, yeah. Ban. It is possible to initiate the attack, release, and then start holding again. So I don't know if the stream attack requires you to be holding for a certain amount of time, or if it's just you are holding at the end of the attack. One thing that I did find, it is possible to get the very, very start of the stream, and get 2 fire breaths without using stamina. I think it's just like frame perfect or something, or close to it. So, like, don't go for that unless you're a TAS. Actually, hang on a second. I'm gonna go ahead and first deal with this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and put, like, add me on Discord in the list of banned terms and phrases. Sucks on your shoulder. I don't know if they would do that. With just the level of, like, culture and hype that that game has around it, I imagine they're gonna want a big reveal in order to just maximize impact. Although, on the other hand, I personally would be the kind of guy that would shadow drop something like that because it would be really funny. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I just remembered I had some food sitting out. I had to put that into the cold box. Oh, I need to wash my hands before I touch a controller. Okay. Let us return to gardening. Although, in terms of accidentally using stamina from the dragon breath, there's a decent chance that, like, I might not notice, which is why I have the big-ass indicator on screen. There's a decent chance none of us notice. Yeah, I'm aware of that possibility. It's not exactly, like, the most immediately noticeable thing, especially if you're focusing on the game. But at the very least, there's always the possibility in 5 years someone's gonna ping me with a timestamp to the VOD being like, hey, dumb fuck, you use stamina, your entire run is invalid, do it again. And no. No, I will not be doing it again. Because I don't care if I accidentally used a single point of stamina during moss grinding. That Yes, that invalidates the run from a scientific and mechanical point of view. However, it does not invalidate the run from a challenge and difficulty point of view. If I ever make a Souls-like game, I'm gonna add an accessory that increases your walking speed. Maybe even not an accessory, maybe it's just a permanent upgrade that you get at some point. Ring. I don't know about a ring. Hey Kamikaze, do you care if I talk a little bit about a similar mechanic from Hollow Knight? Because the way Hollow Knight handles equipable passives is probably how I would do it. Because I like that way more than what Dark Souls does. Like, I won't go into specific mechanics, just like the overall structure. And also, like, it's not, like, an exclusive to Hollow Knight thing. A lot of games have done it. Isn't that similar to how Ori does it? I think so. I think I remember that being kind of similar. How did Ori do it again? I can't remember. I only played it, like, the one day. But yeah, no, if Ori is close enough, we can just use that as a comparison. Did you speak about it? Okay, so the basic idea is that you have, like, a certain number of equip slots, and then let's say you have, like, 20 rings or whatever. Each ring has a certain number of slots that it takes. So something like, let's say you have, like, a ring that increases your damage by a 2x multiplier. That might take, like, 4 or 5 slots, but then something that's just increased walking speed might only take 1 slot because it's more quality of life rather than actual mechanical. So it allows you to have a wide diversity of things. It allows you to equip multiple things simultaneously. And it's just like, oh, you can have, like 2 or 3 really strong things, or you could have, like, 7 to 8 low to medium tier things. My death counter is going to get bloated by this. Or maybe not, who knows? Maybe once I get to the actual hard bosses, these few deaths are going to be nothing in comparison. Crab Souls does it similarly? Oh, that's cool. But yeah, I think I like that system more than what Dark Souls 1 does. Because Dark Souls 1, like, you can only equip 2 rings, and all of the rings have the same number of quote-unquote slots. It gives less leeway for, like, mixing and matching. And it also kind of, like, presents to the player as every single ring has the same level of value. Even though that is absolutely not the case. Like, the fucking dark wood grain ring, or rather, sorry, the light wood grain ring, is nowhere near as valuable as the fucking red tear stone ring. Just as an example. And then, like, the Chloranthy ring is, like, way more useful than the rusted iron ring. Because the Chloranthy ring is just useful everywhere. The rusted iron ring only has a use in, like, 3 locations in the entire game. So, like, this would be something that would be, like, a cost of, like, 3 or 4. And then this would be a cost of 1. Because it's very situational quality of life. You know, I just thought of something that would be an interesting mechanic to have. I'm not even sure what you would call it. But like a segment of the HUD where you can assign inventory slots to for visual reference. So like imagine you would just have like a 3x3 grid down here. And then you could just choose one of these slots to be like, this one is humanity, this one is moss. And you couldn't click or interact with these. It would just be exclusively to show you how many you have in your inventory. So, like, rather than having to, like, go into the inventory or, like, cycle down through this, you could just always have a visual reference for whatever you have designated. Why not just also let players click it? I mean, I guess so. I guess I was trying to account for console players who wouldn't really be able to click it. But yeah, I guess if it's a 3x3, then yeah, that would be a hotbar. Because you would just have 1 through 9. So then I guess it would depend on if you want it to be visual information based, or if you want it to be mechanical. No, stop it! I was trying to heal. Okay, fine. If it's mechanical, it can also be visual, serves both purposes. Yeah, you could have it serve both purposes, but it's entirely possible that, based on how your combat is set up, having instant access to 9 items, would, like, just not fit well with your current envisioning. Okay, how do I do the, humanity duplication glitch? I would like to get 3 humanity, or rather 10 humanity, so I can go ahead and just have higher drop rates. But I don't remember the... Like, I know it's, like, drop, max, cancel. And then you go over here, and, like, press down and right at the same time. Yeah. There we go. I'll go. Wait. I got it partially. Link. We have a link. Okay, playback speed. 2 times. I know. You got. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Here we go. This is the version of the glitch from console. I don't think this one works for PC because it uses the quit menu button. And if I do that, it just deletes everything. Yeah, drop item rather than use item. Yeah, it's saying use item, but it's not. I think I'm getting it. It's just not preserving the arrow count. Okay, so use item is the very top one. But it's still only saying 3. Maybe I'm not canceling it properly. Maybe I need to actually click cancel rather than press circle. No. There we go. Okay. That's not... I don't know if that's necessarily the variant that I did before. There we go. Okay, so 1254. Humanity duplication. Okay, so I should have maximum drop rate. Because I don't have the ring. Yes, maximum drop rate, aka 0% probability. catatonic state while watching this run. Well, I hope you don't stay in the catatonic state. Oh, wait. That's an issue. If I want to take advantage of the humanity, I can't really be throwing myself off the cliff to reset. Alright, Kamikaze, one thing that's interesting that I found yesterday, I'm pretty sure that the ruby ring does not impact the dragon breath. Like, I don't know for sure, but the ruby ring's a pretty high multiplier. And I was fighting enemies, getting into ruby ring, and then fighting them, and it was the same value regardless. Oh, right, I forgot. It's like a 7-second delay on when it actually places it down. So, okay, so 75 damage.
Yeah.
75 damage. So yeah. So yeah, red tearstone ring is just completely useless in this run, which is very funny. I mean, unless it affects throwing daggers for whatever reason, then it might technically have a use. Are you able to do item duplication without actually purchasing the Sastis stack? Like, is it just it uses the shop menu, or do you have to actually buy shit? And it's just typically buying shit is, like, most convenient, or, like, is it actually required? Stop it. I don't want any hugs from the flora. Because if I could just duplicate dragon scales, I would absolutely do that. Also, just fucking duplicate the moss. Although I guess if I can duplicate anything, then I don't really need the moss as the humanity. Because I could just duplicate the humanity directly. You know, this is actually a short enough walk. I wonder if walking back is just faster than dying. Because dying has the death animation, and then the fade out, and then the load back in. But walking speed. Although it's not a very quick distance. Oh my goodness, stop giving me purple. I don't want purple. Right now. I mean, it'll be good to have. Okay, 22. One thing I do want to test at some point is, like, seeing how much being over encumbered impacts walking speed. Because I have, as of yet, to get confirmation on such mechanics. Nice. Red moss, red moss. More red moss. It would have been funny if they had, like, red moss was for bleeding, and then, like, blue moss was for poison, and then purple moss was for both. Just to have the little mix and match. Yeah. Brain is getting tired from the mindless grinding. Okay, let's break it up. Let's do a couple Sif attempts. Oh, right, dragon. Damn. I was hoping the stone armor would do more than that. No, well, that's very annoying. Takes me a whole ass minute and a half to get back. Whatever. 16 humanity doesn't mean anything anymore. Although, fuck, I don't... Would scream and slam into the desk there? Why would I be screaming? I'm literally walking around at level 1. The game has every right to kill me in a single hit. Okay, I think I can save Sif. Ask previous enter. Yeah, fair. I think I can save Sift until after I get the Havel armor. I can also... That also implicitly means I get the Tiny Beings ring. I can also equip the Ring of Fap, but I would like to save that for as long as possible. Also, if I equip the Ring of Fap, then that will mess up my stream overlay, because it'll make my stamina bar longer. Ring of what? Oh, so oh, Yami, did you not? Are you not familiar with the Ring of Fap? It's very strong. The Ring of Favor and Protection. It breaks when it's removed. You can only bust once. Okay, so... more blood moss. Moss for the moss god. Although, I do want to do Sif with the Cat Covenant so that the hunters don't attack me. Which means that I'm not in the Dragon Covenant. Which means I can't upgrade the Dragon Headstone just yet. So if I do want to wait until I have Havel Armor for Sif, that means I implicitly have to do everything up to Havel Armor with base Dragon Headstone. Lord. Please be polite. Is the upgraded Dragon Headstone even worth it? I believe someone informed me that base dragon damage is 120, and then each of the level ups is +5, and then +10. So, at max level, it's effectively an extra hit every 6 hits. Considering defense goes up, a little extra damage won't make a big difference. Except it will, because it's percentage based. Because if you're dealing a low amount of damage, then any little extra bit absolutely helps. Because, like, if you're fighting a boss and that boss takes, let's say that boss takes 600 hits to kill. If you get a free hit every 6 hits, then effectively 100 of those hits are nullified. So that's 1/6 of the boss that you don't have to deal with. Does defense reduce damage with a set percent, or is it change depending on how much damage you're dealing? What? If the amount of damage reduced is dependent on the amount of damage that's incoming, that would be a really weird system. Because typically defense is this amount of damage is just nullified. everything else goes through. Yeah, are we good luck? Okay. Have fun with whatever it is you're doing. Like, having fucking, like, Oobleck level, oh, my defense is stronger the harder you hit me, would be very weird. Oh, don't give me Titanite Shard. Oh, piss off! Defense is usually dynamic. Flat damage reduction is static, but extremely rare. Okay, well, I typically don't look at the code of games I play, but damage being like, oh, physical defense 21.0, whatever that means, like, that is just some arbitrary magic number, but 21 is 21 is 21. Like, 21 is never going to mean anything other than 21. Like, I just think it would be really, really, really weird for an enemy to suddenly become stronger automatically just because the player got stronger. Like, that just makes absolutely no sense to me. Play while looking at community posts. Optimizing that stuff is always the top one. Tips for new players. Well, that's weird. Why that would be... It would be weird for that to be the top tip. Avoid X-type damage. This damage strongly means drastically deal less to bosses, which makes the game a lot harder. Use Y instead. Yeah, well, that's... No. No, that fucking half the game is throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And what... And also just fucking play... I never understand stuff like that. Like, just play the game. Oh, your fire sword isn't doing very much. Maybe try using ice damage. Oh, that thing looks like a plant. Maybe try setting it on fire. It's pretty basic stuff. Play the game. Try different shit. Etc., etc. Don't just fucking go copy somebody else's strategy. Not you specifically, Yami, just in general. Okay, so 1328. Fuck. Okay, fortunately, it seems that these guys are weak to fire. Just ignore it. Because I like using what I like. Look stuff up. Just blah blah blah. Or is resource limited. Significantly increase replace time of force light. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so that was 1328, I believe. That is the wrong text window. 1328 first initial gargoyles cutscene. Dooba-dooba-dooba. Dooba-dooba-dooba. Get set on fire. Idiot. This is what happens when you go charging up against dragging person. For games that do get extremely difficult towards the end, I do end up looking at mechanics at least, so I can actually min-max. Yo! Nice! New farmable armor that I'm allowed to wear. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think I personally would do that. I would just try and min-max with the mechanics that I am already familiar with and to know that exist. Stop it. Because, like, for me, if I happen to just miss a mechanic entirely somehow, then I guess I just don't get to use that mechanic. It's just spaghetti code jank being incomprehensible, so I don't bother trying to do stuff within the confines of the game because you can't. You can always do stuff in the confines of the game. What are you talking about? Even if you don't understand why something's happening, as long as it's reproducible, you can study it and learn it. Oh, piss off. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Funny if there was a secret where you could knock down the second gargoyle before it hits. Interestingly enough, if you shoot the second gargoyle with arrows, it does do the blood splatter animation. But I do not believe you are able to preemptively damage it. Although I feel that I feel like you should be able to shoot it with arrows preemptively. And then maybe like you're able to get like a little bit of free damage, but then the battle starts with both gargoyles already active. Hmm. I might try a couple attempts with the stone armor. Ooh, or alternatively, with the preemptively killing the gargoyle idea, maybe you can knock down the second gargoyle early, which then gives you a variant boss fight where, like, the first gargoyle is, like, enraged or something, and has, like, different attack patterns. Okay, so Kirk, Jeremiah, Leroy Chester. So, Painted World, Skilly Boys. Okay, nothing for City. You knock down the second gargoyle, not all the remaining gargoyles activate. Honestly, if Dark Souls had a hard mode or like a master mode type thing, I feel like having the gargoyles fight be all 4 gargoyles. Like, maybe they're all slightly weaker, but because there's more of them, it's overall harder. I think that would be really cool. Although, I don't know that there is, like, realistically very much, like, enough room for all 4 gargoyles. Like, I'm sure there's some players that are skilled enough to handle that. Don't stab me. Hardware at the time would have struggled with rendering 3 to 4 bosses at once. You know, that would explain why the Four Kings is in an abyss with absolutely nothing else in the arena to render except for the player and the boss. This feels like it's decreasing the speed of my attack animation. If encumbrance affects that, that's very interesting. Seems like it's the same. Odd. Encumbrance, do that to all weapons. Yeah, but the Dragon Headstone isn't a traditional weapon. It's an item. And then, like, fucking spells, I believe their attack animation is based on your dexterity. But, actually, no. Actually, no. Encumbrance does not affect weapon speed at all, I don't think. That's like, you have to have a certain level of strength to be allowed to use the weapon properly. But if you can use the weapon properly, its animation speed is static. Which is why the Warhammers are always slow as fuck, even if you have maxed out strength. Ooh, boulder leggings. Hell yes. Now all I need is the boulder shirt. And then my cosplay is complete. Actually, hang on. Rapier. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I can't use it effectively, it's just for the look. Actually, do I have the boulder shield? No, I don't. Actually, I probably don't want to be running into a bunch of goobers if ads are about to start. I'm not a cheater. Quitting out is part of the game. Sanhao? Sanjanao? Sahano. Not quite sure how to pronounce that. Rare YouTube message indeed. Hopefully one of these days Twitch will take its head out of its own ass and then allow us to just merge chats. Because it's not like you can't tell which platform the message is from, because it has platform icons. I love that my little avatar animates every time I open or close my water bottle. It's very funny. Okay, now let's go ahead and fight the Horde. I'm really glad that it's a one-shot per hollow. Otherwise, this would be a lot more annoying. Honestly, the Dragon Breath I feel like should be AoE. Like, maybe slightly less damage, just to balance it out. But fire should always be AoE. Unless it's like Fire Bolt or something, where it's just like a thin beam. Which at that point, that's basically just a low-tier laser. Okay, actually, none of these... Only one of my rings does anything. Okay, you going up and down and up and down is messing with my aim. Yeah, I don't know that it's even possible for me to dodge some of these attacks. Okay, there we go, that's one of them down. And I should be able to out-heal the last one. Fire breath versus fire breath. Blink. Okay, 1355. Killed gargoyles. 1956 Gargoyle Bell Tower. Hello, Oswald. Goodbye, Oswald. I could have saved that boss until later, and then used Solaire to farm enemy item drops. Stop it. I suppose I could go get the Hornet Ring, but again, that doesn't do anything for me. Ooh. What's the closest way to Lower Undeadburg? Probably over here. Because I can go ahead and kill that magic merchant. And I believe he gives me the stealth ring. Which isn't the best ring possible. But given my current restrictions, only one of my rings actually does anything. Thank you for the firebomb. So being able to have two rings that do something would be kind of nice. Stab it. Stab with the fire bombs. Did you just... What? It sounded like I started to breathe fire and then just stopped. Stab it. Yes. Get over here to the soft block. Coward. Yeah, no, I absolutely started to breathe. I absolutely started the fire attack, but then I don't know, something caused me, like, I guess maybe I walked over a ledge or something. Yeah, something caused me to stop the animation. Very interesting.
You leave me no choice. You aren't yourself anymore. Forgive me. Nice. Okay, now I have 2 rings that perpetually have an effect. Okay. Okay, so K-Log's going to take some farming. I have Butterfly, I have Sif. I have... I guess I have Kalog, Butterfly, and Sif. Those are available. Can I make a new note, please? Can I make a new note? I would like to have multiple notes, please. Oh my god, I'm not allowed to have multiple notes displayed simultaneously? Oh, come on, Steam. I suppose technically I could try and do pinwheel. Man, when I don't have footsteps, the game just sounds so muffled. Like there's not much going on. The game doesn't have background music. Copper Demon. I do have Copper Demon available. We can try and fight Copper Demon. Stop spinning. Nice. Okay, so 14, 14, 30. We can make progress now. Okay, so we have Kirk down here. I'm almost certainly going to die before I get to the bonfire, but it's fine. So we got Kirk, we got Gaping Dragon. I think that's it. Oh, I guess there's the Pyromancer dude, but I don't think I care about him. I guess opening the door to Lighttown, just to have shortcut available. Well, I mean, not even really shortcut, just to have the path available. Excuse me, did you just fucking jump through my fire? Don't do that. You're supposed to explode and die. Okay, well, I'm about to die in, like, a hit. So poise, kind of irrelevant. Yep, I got it. I feel that one should not have hit me. I was decently enough to the side. I feel like the game might be a little bit loud. I guess there's the Ring of the Evil Eye down here. Although, I never really cared much for the Ring of the Evil Eye. There's Humanity Farm. Okay, they can open doors. I was curious about that. They were just taking so long, I thought they had given up. Oh, I can't mash out of it. Oh no, I can't smash out of grapples. Wait a fucking second. Why did the Goopy Goop be allowed to drop on me? They have no eyes, so therefore they should only be able to hear me. But I'm completely quiet. Therefore, they should not be able to hear me. Therefore, they should not be able to attack me. Because they don't know I exist. Goop has a really good sense of smell. I would argue Goop should have no sense of smell. Considering, like, all the shit that it's giving off would be completely obscuring any incoming odors. Like, I assume slimes and goops function similar to amoeba. Like, the entire surface area is the sensory organ. That's how I've always interpreted fantasy slimes. Like, unless they are explicitly drawn with eyes, and even sometimes in that, I just treat the entire thing as one massive eye, one massive ear, etc. Although sometimes it's more just tremor sense than omnidirectional sight. Ooh, actually, Yami, question. Because one thing I was talking with some people about a while ago is in D&D there's a dagger called, like, the Dagger of Blind Sight or something, where you just get 60 feet of blind sight. Blind sight, more or less, is you are able to see, like, without needing to visually see something. Do you think that would completely bypass visual illusions, like invisibility or whatnot? Because I feel like it should. Like, if the entire point is you're able to detect things without, like, ocularly seeing them, then, like, because it's, like, it's blind sight. So, like, you being able to visually see it shouldn't matter. So, like, if someone's making an illusion or, like, turned invisible, I feel like you should be able to just completely nullify that with blind sight. Can you die already, please? Thank you. Depends on how it works. If only one person can see it while others in the room, it's not an illusion. By fucking up your brain so you can see things that don't exist. So that would be more hallucination. Even if you physically cannot see, you'd still see the illusion, because it bypasses your vision anyway. Yeah, I guess it would depend on the type of illusion. Because, like a physically present illusion would be different from a personal hallucination. Can I please blast this thing with fire? Oh, come on. Oh, that is so close to being able to take it out in one shot. Or 2 shots, rather. Okay, I need the key to access that bonfire. Oh, big rat. That door is not open yet. Illusion is just a physical object or location that appears like something else, usually from a very fixed observation point that everyone disagrees on for visual trip. Media and illusion is often what is like a solution. Like a hallucination where a single person sees something different that isn't even... What? When I'm thinking illusion, I'm thinking more so magic hologram. Like just making a visual depiction of something manifest before the group or whatever. Magic hologram, but only one person can see it. That is not how I've ever interpreted it. Like, I'm aware of that kind of illusion, but that, like, for me the default is, like, just magic hologram in general. It gets placed into physical space. Everyone can see it, but you can't physically touch it. That's how targeted illusion works. I never specified targeted illusion. Most illusion spells are targeted, though. Really? That seems odd. I would figure most illusion spells is just, oh hey, I am manifesting a thing, except it can't actually touch you. It's just like a trickery thing. I find it very funny that you're able to grab this through the bars. I mean, it makes sense, but it means you don't have to fight the giant rat. Like, in a work in progress that I'm messing with, there's a race of angels that have a technique called glamour, which is more or less just, like, the lowest level form of creation magic, which is just, like, light manipulation, so they can blend in and make disguises and shit. Actually, I need to be human so I can deal with Kirk. Light manipulation is a very OP power to have. Oh, I'm aware. Especially if you're allowed to make hard light constructs. If you can make hard light constructs, the only way you lose is if you're a dumbass. That was the wrong button. Considering light can be extremely energy dense, fast thing ever is not running it. You can fuck with electricity. Blind your opponent, heat shit too. Yeah, that for the vast majority of the race, the glamour technique is like exclusively just like super low range illusion magic. Designed specifically to just like hide amongst the humans whenever they do need to go do shenanigans. Excuse me? Why the fuck did you drop? Use 26. There we go. Although, even though light can be extremely energy dense, like, a single photon is, like, fucking jack shit. So, like, you need a lot of them to be able to do anything. of note. Oh, the rat's dead. All it takes is time to charge up. That's if you're allowed to charge up. Like, maybe that's not how your abilities work. Go away. Although I do have one character who's basically a living crystal that's able to, like, absorb light and store it within themselves. As a prism type guy. Pretty cool. Although he is explicitly designed to be strong, so I'm fine with them being kind of cracked. Do I care about you? I feel like you should be able to smell me. I imagine rats have a good sense of smell. What was that game on? Or lack thereof? The rules of don't make people pee. Don't give them light powers, spatial manipulation, or super speed. Yeah, no, super speed is a very, very slippery slope. Also, I would like to add on to that list sound manipulation. Sound manipulation is insane, depending on how it's done. Like, you give somebody strong enough sound manipulation, and it's literally impossible for you to beat them, because they will just take the sound of your own heartbeat, amplify it, and then just explode your chest from the inside. And even just like vibrational manipulation in general. Fucking just match the resonant frequency of any material, and then you can just shatter it at will. Lighting shit on fire. I feel like these pillars should have like a fucking like a 15 or 20% chance to drop a dung pie whenever they're broken. Oh, 13 was the strong hit. Oh no, 30. Stop it. Stop it! What the fuck?! That was a 6-hit combo! Bro, you're not allowed to use stamina. That's cheating. You know, if I just run away, do you just not follow me? Okay, cool. Let me out, let me out, let me out. Stop it. Stop it, stop it! I hate the rats in this game so much. Oh. I took off the wolf ring. That's what the issue was. Okay, almost back. Okay. Nice. Still only 2 hits. Stop it. Ooh, nice. We love humanity. You know, I just had a funny thought. If I could use Solaire to fight Kirk, although I think that would be going a bit too far. Oh right, I forgot. Corpses can phase through solid matter in this game. I don't think you drop anything at all, let alone anything useful. Yeah. Stuffy. Okay, this definitely feels like I'm walking slowly. I'm gonna have to measure that at some point. Oh, but excuse you. Rude. Shark. I don't actually know where your spawn trigger is. There we go. Bro, you okay? Oh no! No. Okay, stone armor is going insane. Hey. What is that? It's 1458. Although he didn't drop any items. Not that it matters. $14.58. Okay, now let's go see if we can get ourselves eaten by the gaping dragon. Also, I'm gonna grab this crossbow. I don't think there's any way to get renewable bolts. But I would be curious to see if... What the fuck's the crossbow? To see if using the crossbow takes stamina. Just out of curiosity. Oh, wait, hang on. I need to deal with Dickwad up top. And I also don't want to be wearing the stone armor unless it's for a boss or whatnot. because durability is a concern. Oh, okay. Seems like not very many things are resistant to fire damage. I think I recall the dragon headstone being decent against Gaping Dragon the last time I did this fight. slightly less than one of the small notches. So like 6 times 13. Six times 13, so that's 60 plus 18, so like 78 hits, round up to 80. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely moving slower. Okay, this is the attack I was concerned with. why, for a good chunk of this fight, they just kind of stand still and then just take the damage. But I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Yami, me making an observation is not me complaining. I didn't say, oh man, I wish they would be moving and attacking more often. I said, I don't know why. Okay, so that's 15, 12, 53, whatever. Okay, I think that's everything I care about in the depths. I mean, there is the giant rat, but I kinda don't care about one giant rat. I am gonna go ahead and open this, though. I don't think there's anything down that pathway. There's like the eagle shield I don't care about. There is some armor, which I don't care about. Like, the only armor that I care about is like renewable armor for just general world traversal, and then like the tank armor for boss fights. Yeah. Okay, so K-Log, Sif, Butterfly. I could go fight the Hydras, so I could upgrade the Dragon Headstone, but then I have to deal with the fucking hunters on the run back to Sif. I think I'm gonna fight K-Log. Which means it's time to farm. It's time to farm poop. Time to farm shit. Okay. Time to farm up a fuck ton of dung pies.
Here, over here.
Shut up!
Please.
Shut up! Shut the
must help
fuck up! I can't attack while you're talking!
You. Yes, you. Here, over
No.
here. Please.
No, shut
you must
up!
Help me.
Oh my goodness. It's funny every time. Not being able to attack because someone's talking. I wonder why they implemented that rule that you're not allowed to use items if an NPC is currently in dialogue. And I do not care about the ember down there. Can't do anything with it anyway. I should get an arm pad, soft mat type thing. Turns out a solid wood desk is decently hard. I don't want to go into the catacombs, so I'm not going to. The catacombs are completely optional until they are not. Although maybe the stone armor will allow me to just tank through the entire location. Okay, so we got 3 of these boys in here. I believe they have a 50% chance to... Stop it. A 50% chance to drop a dung pie. Y'all deal a lot of damage. So on average, every loop, I should be getting 1.5 dung pies. I don't know how many dung pies is needed to kill K-Log. Aw, come on. You're really gonna back up all the way? And then this invisible wall makes it really convenient. Okay, so I think optimal is to kill them, walk back, and then just at some point... Actually, no, the walk back never isn't passing through the enemy spawns, so I believe I can actually just take a dive just anywhere, and then I can pick up my humanity before I get back to the group. Let's see if I can get away without the armor. So I can save some durability. Oh. Oh, that's an issue. Oh. Okay. Wear the armor. Because as it turns out, getting smacked in the head with a big ass stick, not good for your health. Okay, I got about 10 minutes left in the stream. So I'm probably just gonna spend the rest of that time grinding up dung pies. Unless I somehow manage to hit a full stack before that 10 minutes. I do not know how many I need, so I'm just going to go overkill. Oh, come on. Oh, what I would give for the poison bite ring. I mean, what I would give for a bonk bite ring. Just take fucking 50% less damage from bludgeoning. Or is it called bludgeoning in this game? Strike. It's called strike. Okay, actually, on second thought, I think I might finish this loop and then call it. Because suddenly, eyes are very ippy. Okay, yep, definitely EP. Just fucking walking directly into the enemies. I forgot how much health these guys have. Yeah, this is gonna take a couple minutes on its own. The full iteration of the thing, not the specific enemy. Okay, let's go back to the bonfire and then we can turn in for the day. And then maybe tomorrow we can finish up the poo-poo grind and then fight Kalog. I will probably be using a practice save to fight Kalog initially. Because poo-poo is finite, or a limited resource rather. It's a very inconvenient thing to gather. So I want to make sure that I know which strategy I need. Why do I still have these equipped? Oh, well, that might kill me in the morning. Okay, make save file. And then that is all she wrote. Okay, thank you for being here. Tomorrow, hopefully, we fight Spider Lady. Goodbye.